Good morning. Well, this is going to be a little bit haphazard because this is one of my first videos and I'm using my phone because there's really not enough light in the house right now and I don't have spotlights. So good morning. My name is Lisa Osina. Some of you may know me, some of you may not. I'm a student of an apprentice in shamanic practices, and I've been practicing for over 30 years. Right now, I am in the northwestern corner of Israel, and I've been here since 2018 and have enjoyed 5 years of quiet on the northern border. And that's the northern border. On the 7th of October, I was out walking my dog Nala, who you will meet at one point. And I sent a photograph of the sunrise on Facebook. And a friend of mine responded immediately and wrote, "Boom, boom." And I looked at the photograph that I posted and thought, boom, boom. Why would he post that? And I didn't respond. I just wondered and got home. And of course, when I got home, I started hearing what was going on. During October 7th, we sat very, very close to our radios, TVs, internet, and very quickly realized that it was going to be a very dark day and that Hamas had infiltrated the border and they had attacked the kibbutzim on the border of Gaza, and in Hebrew we call it Aza, with an ayin, kind of a throaty thing, Aza. I don't know where the G came from. Anyway, we just sat and waited and basically day 50 of the war today, and I'm still there waiting, praying, hoping, dreaming, praying and praying and praying. And day 50 came. Well, day 49 came yesterday, and 21 hostages were released. And again, I sat stuck to the TV, wondering if I'll see something. But what do you see? You know, you don't see anything. But there was a feeling of elation. And as everyone says, you feel very separated inside because one minute you're thinking about the hostages and the soldiers who are prisoner in Gaza still. And you think of the hostages that are being released, that are being told that their closest and nearest and dearest were murdered on October 7th. So the emotions are very, very mixed. But I'm very grateful that 11 Israelis and 13 migrant workers, Thais and Filipinos, who are just wonderful people. I've met them. The Thais have been wonderful in working in our fields. They're amazing agricultural farmers. The Filipinos come here and they're very, very amazing professional caregivers for our elders. So they're an important population here, and we deeply care about them. And I'm very grateful that they've been released, because really this isn't their fight. So that's my introduction. On the 6th of October, which is the day before the war started, I completed a 6-month project. And the following week, I already had appointments to speak with a graphic designer and have my project printed. What was the project? On the 25th of March, my mother transitioned at the age of 91. And I know that after going through the grief and the loss of my husband in 2017, I know that creativity is one of the biggest healers for grief. So I decided that I was going to paint and draw, but I didn't really have the capacity to pull out a canvas and paint a big painting. Everything seemed very small to me, and I wanted to work on small surfaces. And I wanted to work with pencils and crayons because the paintbrush is sometimes harder to control. And I'm not an artist. Well, I am an artist, but I'm not an expert drawer or painter. And most of my drawings are very, people call them innocent. And they're not innocent, they're childish. And that's the way I draw, because that's the way I've never really been trained to draw. And I like the way I draw. The last few years, I've been listening to tarot cards readings, doing my own tarot cards, learning the tarot, delving into astrology, and listening to a lot of astrology, and discovered a lot of nice, wonderful astrologers online. Anyway, I was deeply influenced by these cards, and decided that I would draw the major arcana. The tarot has got 150 cards, 70 cards, all kinds of numbers of cards, which was much too overwhelming for me. But major arcana was 22 cards, and I thought, 22 cards, okay. It's 22 chapters in a book. I can do that. And I began to draw. I started with the Magician. Now, I'm a little bit disabled, technically, because I have only the 3 sheets of 8 cards on each sheet, 6 cards on the last sheet of the 22 cards. They've been scanned, but they haven't been separated, and they haven't been printed into cards. So I'm going to use them and show you the sheets. And today I'm going to concentrate on the Magician, which is the first card of the Major Arcana, number 1. And I have a lot to say about the Magician. So, 1 minute, and I will go get them. Hello. Okay, so I'm not going to show them all to you because I'd like to introduce them one by one, and I'm not quite sure how this is going to work. But here we go. This is it all. This is 8 cards of it. And I'm going to talk about today about the Magician. There we are. And I work with shamanic powers. And that means that for me, where there's a masculine, there's a feminine in a balanced way. And so I drew a magician and a magicianess. And there they are. Just to give you a chance to look at it. As you note, number one, we see the magician standing with his light, his luminous light, in one hand and drawing energy from the fire. And his counterpart, his female counterpart, is the princess of magic. She has her tools on the table. And I don't think you can see it here, but the infinity sign is hidden amongst this drawing. I will have to bring it out a little stronger because I don't see it right now. But she's there. Right above the magician's head, even though it is hard to see. Okay, so there she is. Yes, that's the high priestess. And there's the empress. And there's the emperor. And each project, each video will center on one of these cards. I love the high priestess. And there's the magician again. And I'm going to break for a minute. So, I am going to talk about the magician now. And, first of all, I'd like to start with that my introduction to tarot came many, many, many years ago. I think I was in my teens when I first encountered it. But one of the most important things in my life has been the discovery of shamanism, the female aspect of it. And my teacher is Lynn Andrews. She wrote a series of 21 books about her apprenticeship with a group of women called the Sisterhood of the Shields. Some are in spirit and some were in the physical. And over the course of about 15 years, she apprenticed with them. And she wrote quite a few books about her experiences with women shamans all over the world. Not just Native American, not just the curanderos in South America, but the shamans in Australia, the Aborigines, the Tibetans, the Japanese. She went all over the world and lived with tribes and with women. And one of the biggest teachings is magic, because without spirit, without magic, there can't be spirit. Without spirit, there can't be magic. Magic is the tool of spirit because it is the unknown. It's part of the unknown. So one day, I guess many years ago, when I was sitting with Lynn in one of our group meetings, we talked about magic. And Lynn threw out a question. She said, okay, describe magic. And everybody talked and talked and talked and talked, and this is magic and that is magic. And she said, okay. How did you feel that magic? You put words to it. When you put words to magic, it disappears. I'll repeat that because that wasn't very clear. When we try to describe magic with words, it becomes real on our plane, in the physical. We give it words, and it becomes an entity here. But in essence, it loses its magic, because then you know what it is. Magic is part of the unknown. part of the amazing, amazing unknown that exists on our Earth plane and in the skies and in the underground. It is the miracles, the wonderments, the beauty of the green coming up after the first rain. We know that, of course, the rain creates metamorphosis and plants grow from the rain. The sun comes out and they sprout up and they're green. So yes, it is a scientific, biological phenomenon that happens, and it's very real and we understand it. But the wonder that it fills you with, the hope that it gives you, the dreams that it helps you manifest, that's the magic. So when we pull the major arcana card of magic, the magician, there's a light side and there's a dark side. Everything. You can't exist without the light. Light can't exist without the dark. Dark can't exist without the light. And there we go round the merry-go-round of light and dark. They are interdependent on each other. So, of course, in magic, you have black magic and you have white magic. White magic is unconditional. Black magic is manipulative. Therefore, you may have a magician and you may have a sorcerer. What is the difference between a magician and a sorcerer? They both have power, very, very strong power. The magician will let you choose your magic. The sorcerer will tell you what your magic is. The sorcerer will always tell you what's wrong with you. If you go to a shaman and say, I need help, the shaman will ask you what you need help with. The sorcerer will tell you what you need help with. That's the difference. I'm going to close this video for now because I want to talk about magic a little bit more, but not today. This is an introduction video, and hopefully in the next few days I will be coming back and talking to you about the magician and the high priestess, because I'd like to connect the cards that come before and after each card. They are created in this order for a reason. It is a holistic reason. And as you mold the energies of these cards together, you receive the full picture. So until then, I'll say shalom, nitraot, peace. Peace out.